Okay, let's just dive right in. We're talking about Tony Robbins' book, Money, Master the Game. And look, this is not your typical super dry finance book, okay? This is basically a 7-step blueprint, a roadmap to financial freedom that he literally built by interviewing over 50 of the world's most brilliant financial minds. The goal here? Real, true financial freedom.
So Tony calls the financial world the jungle. And I mean, it really feels that way sometimes, right? You're out there trying to figure it all out. And everything just feels so complex, so confusing, maybe even a little bit dangerous. Do you ever feel like you're just completely overwhelmed by the whole game?
Oh, totally. All the time. It feels like you're just trying so hard not to make some giant mistake, like just playing not to lose.
And honestly, there are moments where it really feels like the whole game is, well, rigged, Like it's all set up for the insiders, the people on Wall Street, and definitely not for an average person like me. Is that a crazy thought?
Not crazy at all. Actually, that's a super common feeling, and believe me, there's a reason you feel that way.
And that feeling, that kind of gut feeling that the whole thing is rigged, it really comes from a handful of myths that we're told over and over and over again. But today, right here, we're gonna bust the single biggest, most expensive myth of them all.
So here it is, the big one, the conventional wisdom. You've heard this a million times. Oh, finance is so complicated. You need to hire a pro. You gotta pay for an expert to manage your money and beat the market for you.
Yeah, that sounds exactly right, to be honest. They're the experts. I'm not. That's why you pay them the big bucks, right?
Exactly. But check out what Tony says here. This quote really hit me. The real danger isn't making a bad move. The real pain for your wallet is just not knowing the rules of the game in the first place. It's that ignorance that ends up costing you a fortune because you end up giving your money away without even realizing it's happening.
Okay, so let's become the insider. Let's learn the simple rule that flips all that conventional wisdom completely on its head. And you're gonna be shocked at how simple it is. And it will change how you see everything.
Okay, so check this out. On the left, you've got your typical actively managed mutual funds. That's where you're paying a fund manager a lot of money to actively pick and choose stocks they think are gonna win. The fees are higher because, you're paying for their genius. But here's the kicker. They almost never beat the market average. And those high fees, they compound against you, literally eating your money year after year. Now on the right, you have low-cost index funds. They're way simpler. They just buy a tiny piece of everything to match the market. Their fees are super, super low, so compounding gets to work for you. Wait, hold on a second. Let me get this straight. So you're telling me that paying more money for an expert actually gets you less money in the long run? No way, that's insane.
It sounds completely insane, but look at this number, 96%. Over pretty much any long period of time you look at, 96% of these actively managed funds with their expert stock pickers fail to beat a simple, cheap index fund. Just think about that for a second. The experts lose to the average 96% of the time. And this quote just nails it, right? It perfectly explains why. If you want results that most people don't get, if you want to be in that successful 4%, you just can't be guided by what everybody else is doing. You have to know the actual rules of the game so you can play it differently.
Okay, wow, that is a huge revelation. My mind is officially blown. That one myth. Wow. So, if I'm sitting here right now, finally feeling like I'm in on the secret, what's the very first thing I should actually do? Like, what is step one?
Awesome question. So Tony lays out this really simple blueprint. It starts with just making the decision to become an investor. Then knowing the rules, which, hey, we just covered a big one. Then defining your goals. And finally, deciding how to allocate your money. All of them are super important, but let's just focus on the one that kicks the whole thing off. Step 1, making that decision. This is it. The single most important financial decision you will ever make is not about which hot stock to pick. It's not about timing the market. It's deciding one time what percentage of your income you are going to save for your future self. And then, and this is the key, you automate it. You make it totally invisible. It just comes out of your paycheck before you even have a chance to spend it. This one decision takes all the emotion, all the guesswork, and all the willpower out of the equation, forever. So, once you've automated that first step, you're on the path, you're in the game. But here's the thing. Mastering money isn't just about getting a giant pile of cash. That is not the end goal. It's about what that money can actually do for you, for your family, for your life.
So the book makes this incredible point that real wealth, it's not a number in your bank account. It's a feeling. It's a state of abundance. It's the freedom to quit a job you hate. It's the security of knowing your family is going to be okay no matter what happens. The empowerment to make choices based on what you want to do, not what you have to do. Money is just the tool that gets you there.
And this brings us to the final and maybe the most important point of all. The ultimate reason for mastering this game isn't just so you can have more, it's so you can give more. Once your own needs are met, true wealth, true fulfillment, it comes from being able to contribute, to make a difference, to help others.
Wow. Okay, so it's not about being rich, it's about living a rich life. That really changes the whole perspective on why you'd even want to bother learning this stuff in the first place.
Exactly. So the real question we want to leave you with is this. Now that you know the rules aren't as rigged or as complicated as you've been led to believe, what are you going to do with that freedom?